Hi, welcome to my channel. So I kind of wanted to try and explain a little bit what's going on this channel. So first of all, I'm Almar, by the way, nice to meet you. First of all, I do these rants in the car. This is this format, like I do these 5 to 15 minutes videos about things that are on my mind, different things that can be something that I have experienced. I explained how it was for me to run a half marathon, how it was to prepare for a half marathon. I've done things where I talk about what I miss about my home country, Iceland, and what I don't miss, what I like about the country I live in now, which is Prague and the Czech Republic, and what I don't like. I did a little bit on carnivore, which I'm a carnivore. I've been carnivore for 4 years, how it was to start that diet and how I feel after 4 years. So bits and pieces here and there, and some like kind of, I would know, like society stuff and issues that are kind of stuck on my mind because I don't like hypocrisy. I don't like people when people have double standards. So I always ask the question, why? Why is this like that? Why is it? Why is there just one side to the story when I know there are more than one side to the stories? And where this kind of comes from is, I think, from my background that I will explain a little bit later. The other thing that is on my channel here is my podcast. So I do have this podcast called the Bla Bla Bunker, and that's very different from these short videos that I do. It's on here on YouTube. It's in audio only. There are like 3-4 episodes that are video also, but I think you would enjoy my podcast better on Spotify, Apple, or Google. But you can listen here, of course, if you want to. The podcast is anywhere from like an hour to 2.5 hours. I mean, it's more like a conversation, and I find people that I find interesting or doing interesting thing or had an interesting journey, have an interesting background or some expertise that are not like common. So I've had CEOs, I've had musicians, stand-up comedians, I've had sex workers, strippers, prostitutes, what else? Artists, polyamorous people. I mean, a little bit of everything, and what they all have in common is that they're from all over the world. I've had people from Russia, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, Turkey, Africa, America, UK, Germany. I mean, because I know people from all over, and here in Prague where I live, that's what you get. It's a mixed bag of multiple cultures. That's the podcast, and that's, as I said, that's the Bla Bla Bunker, and you will find that on Spotify, Google, and Apple, and also here on the YouTube channel. So who am I? I'm Almar from Iceland, and I was born and raised there. I studied law, became a lawyer from Iceland, but I never worked as a lawyer. I started a career as a CEO when I was 24, and I kind of stayed with that. I was a kind of a turnaround guy that people called when companies were in trouble, and I've had companies ranging from 5 to 2,000 people under my command, or let's say that I've been in charge of. Right now I'm a mentor, investor, and podcaster, and a YouTuber, obviously. I like questioning things, and I think the legal studies kind of gave me a good background for kind of use critical thinking and asking why did we look at all the sides of this. So for example, during COVID, I was a little bit skeptic, for example, like why are we treating a healthy 10-year-old in the same way as an obese 85-year-old? These kind of things, and then trying to find some angles and arguments, which I think is something that I got a lot of it from law school, and but I think the whole thing with kind of challenging authority goes further back. My parents hated it. I would always ask, like, why are these rules? These rules don't make any sense. Why are they in place? And so I've always kind of been questioning the system one way or the other, and that I think partly got me where I managed to go in my career, but also often got me into trouble. And I think a lot of people think I'm an asshole, which is fine. Not everybody has to like me, but I think I'm sometimes like a misunderstood asshole. If you like my channel, then please subscribe. You can ring that bell so that you get a notification. I usually record this like twice a week, the rants in the car, usually when I finish walking with my dog in the park. And then the podcast comes out like every week or at least 3 times a month or something with new episodes. And so check that out on my, and then I do have social media. That's Midlife Crisis Warrior on Instagram and the Bla Bla Warrior on Twitter. And the podcast has a Facebook page called the Bla Bla Bunker. And what I'm interested in is food, healthy lifestyle, philosophy, music. I'm very much into heavy metal and rock music, but I basically listen to everything. Fishing, did I say motorbikes? Biking, running. I've traveled extensively. I've been probably to 70, 80 countries, and through my work internationally, I worked in probably 50 countries. I lived in Denmark 5 years and lived in Prague now for 13 years. And then before that, yeah, I lived most of my life in Iceland. And yeah, so that's me. Guys, happy to see you. Please subscribe. Write me, comment, ask, tell me when I'm off, tell me when I'm on. And yeah, have fun with it. See you guys. Have a great time. Bye.